So, I mean, this Ukraine war shit is fucked up. I just thought I'd make a quick video. Not really like a super serious one, just a little update. Update on what? I feel bad for the Ukrainians, man. Like, they're being fucked over by everybody, dude. Everybody's fucking them over. America, they fucked them over. Trump's like, Zelensky's a dictator. He hasn't been elected since how long? When was the last time Zelensky had an election? 2020, 2021, somewhere around there. But there's a full scale war in Ukraine. Like, how can you have elections? It just doesn't make sense, you know? But yeah, I'm listening to this girl, Anna from Ukraine. I like watching her channel. I don't know why. I'm just going to show you guys real quick. I like kind of watching her channel a bit, but it kind of sobers your mind a bit, right? Like, listen to her talk for a bit. Let's listen to her talk for a few seconds. See what she's talking about.
Wrong to try and break the spirit of Ukrainian people who are standing for the defense of the motherland against the very evil.
Yeah, I watch channel all the time, dude. Like, it's kind of how I get like updates on what's happening over there, but I don't know. I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at Ukraine. I'm just kind of uncomfortable with the whole situation. You know, we know how it feels to be fucked over by Soviet Union and Russia. Like 1977 war with Ethiopia, they backstabbed us and supplied the Ethiopians with all the weapons, and they basically left us out to dry. So we know how it feels, but what can they do, man? Like it's like I'm thinking, how can they win this war? Like it just doesn't really how. Like I'm thinking about it, like how? Like let's look at the map. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna fucking show the map. But so the four oblasts are not occupied yet. What is it called? Luhansk, Donetsk, and then there's Zaporizhia, and then there's I believe the fourth oblast. I don't remember what it was. Was it Kharkov, Sumy region? That's next to Kursk. Yeah, but man, if I was in her shoes, like I don't think I would be in you. She's very brave, like this chick, Anna from Ukraine. She's very brave, you know? Very brave, very brave, yeah. Very brave. She's been making videos every day since the war started, by the way. I watched like a few of her videos at the beginning, like the first five or six or seven or eight. It's cool, it's good. Like I mean she but I also saw the shift in tone from the first day to now. Like she's a lot more composed. Like obviously as you do more vlogs, you get more comfortable behind the camera. And you get more comfortable making videos and shit. And you get better at it, of course, because repetition means you get better at stuff. But I digress. Like my point is like, damn, dude, like how can they win? Like I just don't see it happening, you know? I just don't see it happening. How can they? I don't know. Like, yeah, of course, Russia's got 140 million people. Ukraine has around 30. How many people does Ukraine have in its army? Like 1 million? No, 800,000, 900,000, something like this. And now America's saying, Donald Trump is saying that Zelensky's a dictator. What? It feels like you're living in a fever dream. Like you're kind of living in some kind of land that doesn't exist. You know, you're living in like some kind of Orkistan or something, like some kind of different, distant land that doesn't exist. You know, somewhere like that. That's how it feels. Kind of like, but you know, yeah, I just don't. Yeah, it feels a bit uncomfortable watching this, to be honest. Like, what can they even do? Yeah, I don't know. They're getting weapons from the European Union. And actually, Macron is saying that he's gonna send European peacekeeping forces over there. I'm not gonna go fight for fucking Ukraine. Sorry, Anna. I'm sorry, Anna, but I'm not gonna go fight for Ukraine. I mean, I have my own country, Somalia, which I would be willing to fight for, but Any other country? Hell no. What the fuck am I fighting for Ukraine for, man? What has Ukraine done? I mean, obviously, I support them from a distance. I can say, okay, they deserve their independence, they deserve everything. But man, dude, imagine if there's a full-scale war between European Union and Russia. I mean, obviously, I know that NATO's not gonna fucking back up Baltic state. Will they? Would they back up Baltics? I don't know, man. It is quite fucked up. I think they have NATO, but do you think that they would back them up? That's fucked up though to even think about. Like, it's millions of people, independence. They have their own independence, and then you want to rip that away from them. It's like rape, essentially. You know, at some point, it's kind of like rape. It literally is like rape because when you rape someone, you do it against their will, right? Russia is basically raping Ukraine's resources and territory. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, you know. It's just taking stuff by force. Wasn't the Yalta Conference in 1945? And they decreed that they actually drew up the borders in 1945 Yalta Conference, and then they ratified them somewhere around 1946, 1947. That was when the Geneva Convention happened. And now we've created these international laws that say that we cannot change borders by force. We cannot do this. We cannot, like, yeah, we can't change borders by force. We can only do it through diplomacy. Yeah. That's basically it, right? Like, you can't change borders by. That's something that everybody agreed with. Stalin was there, Churchill was there, and who else was the third guy? President Roosevelt. America, Russia, Soviet Union, and Britain. They were the three people that were deciding everything for the entire world. The superpowers decided everything. They decided everything. So I feel like this is kind of like a little bit of a different. This is kind of like a reminiscent of the Yalta Conference in 1945. How many years is that now? 55 plus 20, 75 plus 5. So 80 years since the Yalta Conference. And now the same thing's happening again, you know? They're meeting in fucking Saudi Arabia to redraw the borders. So, and I've been kind of watching this guy, what's his name? I know I'm kind of like jumping all over the place, but that's kind of like how I do my stuff. I don't really focus on one thing because I like to kind of like diversify what I'm talking about, but I guess that's not so good because you kind of want to focus on one thing, right? But anyways, I digress. What's that guy's name again? The Chilean reporter. I was literally watching him last night. The Chilean guy that was in Ukraine, Gonzalo Lira. I used to watch that guy back in, I don't remember. It was 2023, yeah, 2023, before I went to Somalia. I used to watch that guy all the time back then. Like, even before the war, 2022, he was making videos as well. During the 2022 year, I used to watch him back then as well. Yeah, I remember like sitting in my room, like rolling up a J and just watching him on YouTube. And he would make live streams about the war and stuff. And that's kind of like he was, yeah, the Ukrainians killed him because they said that he was a Russian spy. But so much stuff is happening in Ukraine. Ukraine is really interesting right now. Palestine, there's a ceasefire now, so I don't really focus too much on that. But man, like, what's gonna happen? Like, this is something like the whole world order is at stake here, man. And the Ukrainians are gonna get backstabbed by America. How many people did America betray? The Kurds, they betrayed them. Who else did they betray? Poland. They didn't really betray Poland. It was Britain and France that betrayed Poland. And America was kind of isolationist post World War One, but yeah, it's it's kind of mind-boggling to think about how messed up everything is happening right now, right? Trump is becoming a dictator. He's kind of taking over everything. He's gonna stop sending weapons to Ukraine. It's looking quite grim and bleak for Ukraine right now. So, yeah.